Et bonsoir à tous. Alors, vous l'avez compris, peut-être, ça sera un live tranquille, puisque j'ai un peu la crève, et qu'en plus on est sur Genshin, et qu'on continue l'histoire principale, donc beaucoup de dialogue, peu de combats, et peu de place, hélas, à la discussion. Le tout sans cam, parce que, voilà, la crève et tout, le moins de lumière possible, c'est pas mal. Donc on était arrivé je vais dire à Surimi. Non, c'était avant où je faisais seul la blague de l'île du Surimi. À Sumeru. Et il fallait aller dans une nouvelle ville, le port Ormos.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all. Did you know that...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what Dia told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds. Ooh. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. But other than that, we don't have much else to go on. Osvan told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item?
Ça me semble assez clair.
Given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask around and see what we come up with.
Welcome, welcome. How can I help you too?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question. Do students from the Academia ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course, especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to cut loose a little. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the academia have it even harder. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos, so students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia. Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
For newlyweds.
Hello there, my friend. Fate must have brought us together.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein el Ahmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Ça a l'air d'admirer. C'est ça, c'est la petite musique du soir tranquille, sans trop jouer, juste à cliquer. Moi ça me va, j'ai un peu la crève donc c'est bien.
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ain al-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 Mora, he'll give you info on anything.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess we might as well give up on trying to graduate this way.
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Fait que je baisse un peu la musique quand même hein, par rapport à vous. Un petit rhume, il n'y a plus personne. Non mais c'est... Là, ce matin ça allait pendant le stream et à midi là, bam. Du coup, cet après-midi j'ai fait juste... Je suis juste occupé des VOD et de 2-3 trucs, mais sinon... J'ai pas fait ce que je voulais faire. Ça fait plaisir d'intervenir sur Numénaire d'ailleurs. Merci. Content que ça t'ait plu. Malgré la petite erreur où je disais que Elros s'était marié à une humaine alors que c'est vrai que non. C'est une demi-elfe. C'est plus proche de l'elfe que de l'humaine d'ailleurs. C'est plus 3/4 on va dire.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear
Il n'y a plus de musique.
A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. Is knowledge something people just buy and sell like that? So, what's your plan?
Contact.
Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 Mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, alright. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of Mora. But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
Ah, puis c'était pour voir si les gens ils allaient jusqu'au bout de la vidéo quoi. Voilà, c'est tout. J'ai mis ça, je crois que c'est vers la fin, ça doit être dans 6-7 minutes avant la fin. Enfin, 6-7 minutes de vidéo, donc 3-4 minutes avant la fin. Voilà, c'est pour ça. Audio. On va baisser un petit peu à allez, 7. On n'est pas des monstres. Hein. On n'est pas des monstres. Vu que tu avais rejoint Discord, t'as du milieu aussi. Oui, parce que j'ai... J'aurais peut-être dû baisser la 6 finalement la musique, mais bon. Mais oui, parce que je toujours dans l'objectif d'ouvrir le mien là pour... Du coup j'ai rejoint pour participer et puis aussi pour voir ce que ça donne. Où est-ce que je vais là? Pas du tout par là. C'est par là. Mais non mais ça c'est l'autre quête. C'est la quête nulle.
I got
Oh,
the
no.
same one again. When will I get the chubby, squishy one? I guess I'll just have to save up my allowance and get them all.
On dirait moi qui double les gamins dans l'autre row.
Have you still not collected them all yet?
Terrible.
You should have gotten them as a set. That way, you get 7 different designs at once.
But then there's no surprise.
Surprises are boring. I want to have every design there is. That's what you do when you really love something. I finally saved up enough to buy the set today.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but the one cassette bot was our very last carving. We're out of stock today.
Désolé la bienvenue, mais j'ai pris un
We're
vent.
working
Ah
on
bon?
expanding
J'ai
our
même pas
team,
vu.
so please
Oh là là.
check back tomorrow.
Fine.
Attends, il est où Discord? Ah bah il est fermé. Mais la moitié du temps, moi mon Discord il est éteint. C'est pour ça aussi.
Yeah.
C'était où?
All right, I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy. Our Aranara carvings have sold out for today.
Sold out?
Ah non, moi je vois rien.
Oh no. I was gonna buy one for my cousin who's visiting tomorrow.
Hey, how about this? You live near Bronte's house, right? We'll deliver the new carvings to you first thing tomorrow.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. Fies. Don't
Ah oui, c'est parce
forget,
que
okay?
Hein?
Attends.
I promise. Akara Crafts would
je
never
suis
let
triggered.
down a child.
Ah non? Ah non, moi je vois rien.
More customers. Sorry, our Aranara carvings have... Oh, hey! It's you guys! Thank you so much for your help. We've been planning on visiting you to express our
Oh, c'est pas
gratitude,
clair.
but as you can see, our store's been really busy. If it weren't for you, the store's anniversary might have been a different story.
Alors, il faut que je clique partout là, c'est le
It's
bordel.
all
Du
thanks
coup, j'ai
to
pas lu.
Rossi. He has so much creativity at such a young age. Oh, and we would like you to have the prototype Aranara as a small token of appreciation.
Pour rentrer, ouais, moi je suis sur le. Pour rentrer dans le serveur, faut cliquer sur un unique.
Kinda.
C'est-à-dire. Un peu sur les. Non, pas du tout. Incroyable.
Right. Mind-blowing. It has a very, mysterious feel. We
Pas
appreciate
compris.
your thought, but please
Non mais
give us some
Rui, elle a
time
dit
to
qu'il
decide
m'expliquerait
if
tout
we wanna
demain.
keep it.
The Aranara father owned up to his mistake and was forgiven by his Aranara son. I think everyone will like how the story goes. But the reason the father
Tu
owned
peux
up to
choisir
his
tes
mistake
rôles.
was too simple.
Comment ça?
Perhaps we could make them go through
J'ai
some kind of hardship
j'ai
together.
l'impression d'être
I'm sure they'll
d'être
become
vieux
more
d'un coup.
understanding of
C'est
each other
terrible.
that way. The Aranara father will feel guilty
Ah,
after seeing his son work
je l'ai
hard.
trouvé.
When the Aranara father starts feeling guilty, should he speak more slowly or more quickly?
Ah,
That depends on the Aranara son. It would be interesting to hear them speak at
ah ça
different
y est.
paces.
Hey,
I
Tonka,
found
Rosie,
it.
what you up to?
Oh.
Dad and I are just discussing our latest story. I'll be the one telling the story this time. But I'm a little nervous about telling a story in front of so many people. That's why I'm asking Dad for advice.
Ah oui, d'accord.
Sumeru's gonna
Je fais un
have a
coucou.
new young storyteller.
Let's go.
If it weren't for you, Rosie would surely
D'accord.
have
Ah oui,
left
ça
me
y est.
for good.
Règle info. Ah d'accord. Ah oui, non, il y a plus de trucs que ce que je pensais en fait.
But there's still something that doesn't quite add up. Oh, what is it? Do you need help investigating something? Why would a monster leave a
D'accord.
note in a tree hollow deep in the Avidia forest?
Ah oui, non, il y a plus de trucs que ce que je pensais au final, d'accord. Oui.
Topic. It was just a coincidence.
En effet.
A lot of people write down their secrets and hide them in tree hollows. It's not a big deal at all.
C'est bien, je vais pouvoir regarder mon propre replay parce que là je suis plus du tout en train de suivre l'histoire. Quel
I
enfer.
tell them the tree hollows. But seeing Rosie and Tanja has given me an idea. Traveler, could you be my tree hollow?
Ouais, j'ai compris Trialo, mais je sais pas ce que c'est que Trialo en fait. C'est pas la trad. Mais c'est génial. On compte, voilà, c'est parfait. Ça m'a fait une occupation pendant la quête chiante. D'accord. Ah oui, il y a plus de... Ok. Intéressant. Intéressant. C'est que je regarde ça demain alors.
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the group they mentioned.
En effet.
Welcome.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we reclaim the power of the Scarlet King, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of Mora this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick Mora?
Yeah, with Boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is the Scarlet King, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Oui, non mais je ferai plus tard, Le temps ne presse pas, mais c'est juste que du coup, ouais, y a plus de choses à faire que ce que je pensais. Bizarre.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Demandez renseignements aux Érémites. Ah oui d'accord, ils étaient juste derrière en fait. J'ai pu jouer 30 secondes. Même pas. Je suis un voyageur.
A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
Ah, je me suis planté dans les dialogues.
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos?
Je t'ai DM, tu sais où me trouver. Oui, non mais t'inquiète pas, si j'ai des questions... Mais théoriquement, je vois ça demain avec... Avec Elrohir. Ouais. Ouais, quand même pas mal de... Un bordel. C'est un bordel.
Ah, well if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
50 morts.
What is this? Some kind of joke?
Monté à 100.
Oh, sorry. He must have grabbed the wrong amount. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
À 500 000.
Paimon can't stand to see so much more go. But there's no other choice right now.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Ouais, je voudrais poser quelques questions. Perso, heureusement que j'avais quelqu'un pour me tenir la main quand je suis arrivé sur plus facile. C'est vrai. Ouais, non mais là, c'est pour ça que... Il y a un sacré Discord. Oui, oui, non mais moi je vais faire un Discord plus simple. Hein. Un général, un sur la série. Voilà. On verra plus tard. De toute façon, c'est step by step aussi. Le Discord de Elrohir, il a quoi? Il a 1 milliard d'années. Un truc comme ça, grosso merdo, il a ça.
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now. We're actually interested to know more because we're archaeology students.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of the Scarlet King. Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. The Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. The Scarlet King isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King.
Surtout du monde, faut gérer avec lui ou sans lui, ça dépend. Oui, bah oui, oui. Oui, j'imagine qu'il est largement pas tout seul pour gérer tout ça, parce que sinon, quand il passe tes journées...
I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Ah, c'est le perso que je
You
veux.
again? Deranged academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again.
Ah oui, c'est lui.
I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this, hmm?
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
Ah, il est ventriloque.
I'm warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Tevat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then.
Ça va, hein, tranquille les abdos.
Wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in
Ils
front
font
of the
des...
Faro's lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the
Ils font des
afternoon.
pompes et des
Sharp.
tractions dans le désert.
Don't expect us to hold back.
Cette musique.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Ah oui, rendez le pognon.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Emirites running too! Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask some questions.
Ah, ce perso qui pue la classe. Et surtout pour le gaming, il y a une base solide. Oui, oui, non, c'est vrai que... Moi, ça sera pas spécialement pour le gaming. Hein.
Forget the cost of the meal. Just, pretend
C'est vrai que
nothing
pour
happened
les...
today.
En plus, il fait pas mal d'events, de trucs communautaires et tout. arrête de monter sur les lampadaires, mais complètement fou. T'es un malade, Bernard. Hop là.
Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want?
Mais il a trop la classe, ce perso. Moi, je le veux.
No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. We're even. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about certain something, no?
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that?
Je suis un étudiant de l'académie.
A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Ah, je me débrouille plutôt bien avec une épée. Et mon épée, je peux te la foutre dans ta gueule. Ah, j'ai oublié de baisser le son. Enfin, de la musique. Désolé.
Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
He doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from from guys like that. Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking us with you.
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
You were willing to part with 500,000 Mora for something and you didn't even know what it was? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too. What else?
Et donc t'as vu House of the Dragon? Tu as vu aussi les fameuses scènes de la ville qui étaient pas bien faites. Enfin les vues de la ville, pardon. Je sais plus ce que j'ai dit.
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell what it is. It looks like some kind of ornament.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. It's like a miniature Akasha. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents.
Il y a des physiques, j'étais un peu déçu, mais c'est vrai. Encore, les dragons sont hyper bien faits, mais comme l'épisode 1, je trouvais que les plans aériens du tournoi, quand tu voyais la ville, en arrière, c'était un peu flou et un peu baveux. Là, les vues de la ville, c'était pas joli. C'était PS3, PS4, hein.
Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them by the Akasha and wish to change their fate. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia students. Well, I think that about sums it up.
Il manque un peu de propreté, mais avec la qualité du cast, je leur pardonne aisément. Oui, non, c'est vrai que le cast est bien. Hein. Là, pour le coup... D'ailleurs, la reine qui était enceinte dans l'épisode 1, elle est jouée en fait par celle qui joue la sœur dans Sherlock. Et la troisième, Mrs. Holmes. J'arrivais pas à mettre... Son visage me disait quelque chose, mais j'arrivais pas à me souvenir de là où je l'avais vu. Et en fait, si, c'est... Je sais plus son prénom dans la série, mais c'est Mademoiselle Holmes. Perdu quelque chose.
So that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer.
Ah, pourtant, c'est vachement bien, Sherlock. Honnêtement, c'est... très très bon. Faut accrocher au style un peu... Quoique non, c'est pas vraiment policier, mais... ouais, c'est vachement bien. Moi, j'ai beaucoup aimé. Et bon, Martin Freeman et Benedict Cumberbatch.
You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with fewer people.
Ah, j'aurais peut-être baissé le son. Alors, on va baisser un petit peu la musique. Je sais, c'est dommage. Allez, on fait le choix de le mettre à 5. Va-t-elle continuer à nous exploser les oreilles? C'est possible. Pas le genre qui m'attire. Ah ouais, pourtant... Après, oui, chacun son... C'est pas... Faut pas le voir comme du NCIS ou du Hercule Poirot, hein, mais...
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for further collaboration.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine. So how do we go about doing this?
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kinda nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she deems to have good taste. I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her approval.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad. Is that something we can learn quickly?
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight?
Poireau, c'est la base. Non mais c'est vrai, c'est vrai. Il y a des poireaux mieux que d'autres. Moi j'aime beaucoup la... Enfin j'aime beaucoup. La série est sympa avec celui qui était doublé par Roger Carrel. Les films qu'ils ont sortis, j'ai pas vu Mort sur le Nil, mais j'avais vu L'Orient Express, qui est plutôt pas mal, avec l'acteur qui joue Gilles de Roy-Lecart.
Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway, that ability should resolve your issue. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same to Paimon.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Celui de gauche est brillant. La série est un classique. Ah bah oui. Nettement plus qu'a pu l'être Miss Marple ou les trucs tirés d'Agatha Christie, mais mis en série, ça a moins bien marché, alors que Poirot a vraiment beaucoup marché.
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any mora left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be for naught if they catch you.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Academia has banned both their trade and possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time.
Miss Marple, j'aimais pas trop la série, le perso dans la série. En plus, il y a eu plusieurs actrices pour Miss Marple, je crois. Encore 3 dodos. Ouais. Tout à fait, c'est vrai. Encore 3 dodos. Ça y est. Oh, le dernier dodo, il va être compliqué, hein. C'est un peu comme quand on était gamin à attendre le Père Noël, quoi. Tu dors pas très bien alors que tu sais qu'il faut que tu dormes parce que ça passera plus vite, mais... c'est terrible, mais c'est comme ça. Moi je dois attendre le soir. Ouais, en plus. Ouais, intérêt à pas regarder du tout internet, les réseaux sociaux on ferme tout. C'est... tout fermé. Tout. On coupe tout. J'accepte de prendre.
Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikela Funduk. We'll have an open discussion then.
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informant is a traitor near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
La quête qui a 5 mètres même pas. C'est bien, on joue... Enfin, on joue. On bouge le perso pendant 30 secondes. Et là on repart sur du dialogue.
What are you two looking to buy?
Ah merde, j'aurais peut-être dû lire la feuille. Voilà, c'est du 50-50. Pas mûr du tout.
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
Toujours été très doué sur le 50-50. Toujours eu beaucoup de chance, hein. Du coup, on va acheter les fruits. Pas du tout sucré. Le jeu est gentil.
Unripe horror fruits, but we usually keep them in the back. I'll have someone escort you.
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe horror fruits. Show them to the warehouse.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means
Le mec pas du tout chiant.
common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing
Impossible
morning
d'attendre.
flowers.
Je suppose 3 heures, vendredi soir devant, c'est ça?
My mistake. I do apologize.
That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
Oh, ils ont allumé toutes les lumières d'un coup là. Non, moi je pense que je vais regarder la série le matin vers 10h.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Oh merde, ah ça y est. Allez, attention, on rejoue au jeu du 50-50, c'est parti. On a confiance. Plusieurs de nos fruits ont été emportés par la souris un peu plus tôt. Félicitations. Yes.
Thanks. If better goods come in,
Victoire.
you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Du tournis des oreilles du redonnement, ça serait encore mieux. Je préfère mon cas qui me donne un coup de... Merde. Alors là, ça pourrait être les deux. Tournis des oreilles de... Quoique celle-là, elle est mal traduite. Du tournis et des oreilles du bourdonne. Est-ce que c'est mal traduit parce qu'ils s'en battaient les couilles et que c'est pas la bonne réponse? Ou est-ce que c'est mal traduit parce que c'était un peu bizarrement formulé en anglais? On va dire celle-là.
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring sounds like a bad life decision.
Would you like your hara
Ça
fruits
c'est
to
grâce à
be
la circuit
packaged in the
Hercule
Sumeru
Poirot.
City or Port Ormos style?
Soit emballé dans le style de la ville de Sumeru ou du port Ormos. Oh là là. Ah, c'est une bonne question, mon cher monsieur. Même avant en mode refresh de la page. Putain, si... Ah, imaginons, mais je pense pas, qu'il nous fasse une faille de sécurité à la Game of Thrones où, où là ça fait 2 semaines, enfin ça fait 2 épisodes à la suite, où chaque semaine l'épisode il sort dès le dimanche, en journée au lieu du soir. Est-ce que l'épisode... Si l'épisode sort avant, en mode, voilà, un peu piraté, un peu dégueulasse, même en mode filmé en avant-première, avec vraiment le son nul à chier et tout, moi je regarde pas, ça c'est sûr. Mais que certains seraient tentés, c'est pas dit. Là, pour faire une petite vidéo analyse avant tout le monde. Du port Osmos ou de la ville dessus? Du port.
Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products beautifully.
Oh, le sans faute. Alors que j'ai pas lu la quête.
Confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot! It's the Matra! Run!
Comment ça run?
The matcha? Where? Oh, Hatham said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here.
Faut que je cours. Je cours. Je me raccroche à la vie.
Let's follow that informant.
Mais personne. Moi je veux du propre. Oui, oui, pareil. Moi je sais pas si j'attends le 4K ou si je le regarde en 1080p. Une bonne question. Ah d'accord. Bon, j'ai cru que... J'ai cru qu'il y avait une cinématique plus longue, mais pas du tout. Oui bah il prend les escaliers, il monte quoi. La petite bête qui monte, qui monte, qui monte. Il prend le TP au passage. Hop. Ah, du coup on entend moins la musique, c'est dommage. Je vais peut-être la remonter un petit peu. À 6. Tac.
No time to lose.
Hey, if you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right.
À regarder plusieurs fois. Une fois pour découvrir, la deuxième pour faire ma puriste. Moi, ça sera une fois en VO sous-titré anglais pour le plaisir, et une fois en VF pour noter un peu et faire la vidéo.
Here, over here. You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
Allez, plus du tout de musique là. Hein. C'est pas moi,
These
c'est...
two good customers wish to buy some horror fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory? Paimon sure thought you'd look a whole lot scarier.
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you say, then you can forget about doing any business. But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I bet my Mora that you've been involved in some shady dealings, haven't you?
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment, but we'll take it.
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces, no matter how much Mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business, we don't need any of that. Wouldn't you agree? So that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please, knock yourself out. As long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good.
VO évidemment, oui, non mais évidemment. Vite au passage, il y a une tempête en moi. J'espère qu'elle a été redoublée ce passage-là. Que c'était pas issu de la série, parce que sinon c'est pas ouf ouf. Hein. Drôle, mais pas ouf ouf.
Ah, yes, of course, of course. Go ahead. Help yourselves. Voila!
Voilà!
Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious trouble if the Matra caught her with all this.
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your reasons for buying. I can, however, offer some suggestions. Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Teyvat have ever studied it, making it extremely rare. It's on sale now for 350,000 Mora.
Yeesh, who would want to be an expert in that topic?
Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Teyvat in the early Archon War period? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an excellent, well-paying job in nearly any nation.
Ooh, now this sounds like it could be useful.
2 million Mora, and it's yours. No discounts.
Quand même, 2 millions.
Oh, that's a lot of Mora!
Au bout du
Of
cul,
course,
oui.
you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each knowledge capsule are indicated in small text on the body of each one, down at the bottom.
Alright, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned.
La vue de l'aigle. Ah bah celui-là. Ah, le jeu qui me laisse jouer. Ah, il me laisse jouer une deuxième fois, celui-là. Et celui-là.
Ah, you've really got a good head on your shoulders, and quite the eye for quality.
We'll take these, please and thank you.
My oh my, you are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are a rare breed. 1 in 100. No, 1 in 1,000 even. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more, you can pick any knowledge capsule of your choice up to a value of 1 million Mora.
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million!
Non mais c'est l'arnaque. De toute façon, au départ, j'ai involontairement blacklisté le perso de Galadriel et d'autres. Oh, c'est dommage. Non, je pense qu'il faut lui donner sa chance. C'est pas parce que... C'est vrai qu'elle ressemble... Elle fait un peu petite. Et un peu jeune. Mais honnêtement, ça peut passer. Faut voir la façon de jouer. Elle a rien à foutre là. Ah, c'est plus pour ça. Plus le côté... Ouais. Elle a rien à faire à Numénor. Ouais. Oh. Faut bien rajouter 2-3 éléments en plus. En plus, je pense qu'elle risque de ne pas être à Numénor longtemps. Dépasser les 3-4 premiers épisodes de la saison. À mon avis, le reste, elle y reviendra jamais. Hein.
But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 Mora. If we spend just a little more, we can get something worth 1 million Mora. Isn't that a fantastic deal? Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, everything we bought belongs to all Hatham. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself?
Même tout ce qu'elle fait, elle le fait pas. Oui, mais d'un sens, théoriquement, au second âge, elle fait pas grand-chose officiellement. Oui, voilà, à part se faire jeter des régions, elle fait pas... Ah, et régions qui s'appellent... Ah, je sais plus ce que m'a dit Elrohir ce matin. Sur le nouveau nom des régions dans la nouvelle trad. On va pas revenir là-dessus, mais... C'était un truc avec le OU, le pays du OU. Donc... Non, je sais plus.
Come on. We still have around 100,000 of Alhatham's Mora left, so let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you. Ahem. You've got a deal, Dory. We'd like to spend an extra 100,000 Mora.
Excellent! Then please, select from this fine collection of canned knowledge over here.
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we choose the ones from over there?
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million Mora each. I'm sure discerning customers like yourselves will be able to find something to your liking. Please, take your time.
Uh-oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these.
Oh, c'est que de la merde.
So, what did you see?
Ah non, ils ont rien tous aussi brillant les uns que les autres.
So, they're all worth about the same amount?
J'ai rien compris.
Well, anyway, the Mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices, an overview of ancient runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon. Whether it's canned knowledge or anything else you need, bring your Mora to Dory and doors will open.
Adieu, Since with Dory went smoothly enough, let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham.
Trust me.
Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
Mora, Mora, shiny Mora. Oh, please, come back anytime you need something.
Donc oui, pour revenir à Galadriel, c'est vrai que oui, ils ont fait le choix de... D'accord, j'ai loupé l'ascenseur. De lui donner un rôle important dès le début de la série. C'est logique aussi, c'est une des rares avec Elrond que la majorité des gens connaissent, des films. Donc c'était bien aussi pour promouvoir la série, d'avoir un personnage féminin aussi un peu fort et tout et tout. Donc il fallait lui trouver quelque chose à faire, quoi. Elle pouvait pas rester plantée dans sa cité elfe. C'était compliqué. À voir s'ils vont... Enfin, s'ils ont réussi.
Ah, you two made it. And from the looks on your faces, you were successful.
Whoa, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wakala Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here. I came to Port Ormos under the pretense of conducting official business.
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcha won't come here. Okay now, tell me how your encounter with Dory went.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost now?
Before that, I have to ask. Why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Elle voulait rencontrer l'Archon.
He just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in Sumeru for a while now, but we still haven't found a way. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that might be related to the gods, we came here in case it turned out to be our lucky break.
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule. Use it, and you'll gain the wisdom of the gods.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how to meet the Dendro Archon? Ooh, or how to find your sister?
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's right here, in Port Ormos.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine knowledge capsule truly is. As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within may bring great power or wealth to whoever has it in their possession. Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but there is still no victor. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I finally managed to reach a tentative agreement with several brigades. I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. After all, there's no harm in understanding what it is. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation, such as those from Ain al-Ahmar. They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains the Scarlet King's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it. They refuse to let anyone from the Academia tarnish their deity's soul.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with you?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. To that end, they've resorted to many methods more foul than fair in order to amass sufficient funds. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with me.
Ah bah, à plus Ardamir. Bonne soirée. Ouais, je pense que ça ira mieux demain. De toute façon, demain matin, j'avais décidé de faire un peu de Age of Empires 4 pour essayer, puis c'est la campagne, donc ça sera aussi un peu pépère. Et jeudi matin, on retournera sur l'outro, avant la fameuse soirée du jeudi soir. Et le vendredi tant attendu. Bonne nuit en tout cas, bonne soirée et tout. Et puis bon mercredi.
The Divine Knowledge Capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own bid, and the prize will be covertly given to the winner. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the Matra's notice, the winning brigade will not publicly disclose their victory. Unless I know whose hands the Divine Knowledge Capsule ends up in, my agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to me. With you on board now, the situation is different.
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is.
Yes, you can say that. But this arrangement harms none of us. The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the Divine Knowledge Capsule's whereabouts. If she has no information, wait 2 days and approach her again. If I get the opportunity to study the Divine Knowledge Capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation?
C'est exactement ce dont j'ai besoin.
Okay, then we'll meet up in 2 days.
Haytham, before you go, we actually bought a knowledge capsule for ourselves, but we're not sure how to use it.
You two want to try using a knowledge capsule? Sure, I can teach you. Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic, though. What do you say we head to the outskirts of town?
Ah, on va bouger un petit peu. On a envoyé la pluie, comme on n'est pas des sauvages. Y a un chemin par là? Oui. Il y a un chemin. Tous les chemins mènent à la quête.
No time to lose.
Hop.
All right, this place works. Show me the capsule you purchased.
Here.
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find these days, since most have been taken by the Eremites to augment their battle capabilities.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, effects will likely be minimal if you already possess a high amount of strength. We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles, one before using this knowledge capsule and one after. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical parameters. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry, I'll run statistical analyses afterward to mitigate any confounding effects.
Wow! Haytham! You must have been one of those guys at the Academia who got top grades on everything. Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the Academia, right? So, why are you risking getting caught by the Matra for this capsule?
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity. This is but one theory.
Sounds like you're trying to avoid the question.
All right, let's begin the test. Just fight as you normally do.
On va combattre. Regarde de loin, ils sont atteints le moment accueillir les données du combat. Ok. Ah oui, d'accord. Let's go les renforts.
Can't catch me.
Ah, on a joué un petit peu.
All right. I'll link your Akasha terminal to record data. The next step is to use this knowledge capsule. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish a connection with it so you can activate its power.
Utiliser la concentration de connaissances dans votre inventaire. Il va là? Il est où? Ah, là. Utiliser. Ok.
Hey, how are you feeling?
J'ai ressenti quelque chose.
You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2. Fight with the same composure as before.
Let's roll.
Je fais pas plus de dégâts. Il y a juste plus d'ennemis.
Attaboy.
C'est nul.
Now, I'll start recording data again.
Oh, hey, Thumb. How's it going?
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve his combat capability. During the second fight, his overall fighting performance increased by 0.073%.
Wait, how much? Ah! Dory's such a jerk! She totally scammed us! 1 million mora? This thing isn't worth a tenth of that amount!
Of course, this could be because he is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial increase. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. Our deal seems increasingly worth my investment. I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is Mora for when you ask Dory for information. Pay her as much as she requests.
Attendez, le surlendemain. Attendez, on va pas faire ça, on n'est pas les sauvages. Alors, aujourd'hui, demain, après-demain. Matin, 4h. Let's go. Alors, on est parti pour attendre une demi-heure. Non, heureusement, ça va vite. Heureusement, heureusement. On a entendu que le bruit de l'horloge a rebouclé. Voilà. Ah, 7h. Oh, j'avais mal lu. Merde. Voilà, 7h07. Voilà.
Let's see Dory today and ask her about where the divine knowledge capsule is.
On va se re-TP en haut. Alors.
Here, over here! Oh, welcome back, my loyal patrons. What can I do for you this time? You name it. Canned knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need. I'll find a way to get it. Where there's a waterfall of Mora, there's a way.
Can you really get us anything we want? Anything at all?
Aha! So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please oblige me. Tell me what you have in mind.
J'aimerais des informations supplémentaires du concentré de connaissances divines.
I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours would undoubtedly crave something more profound than ordinary canned knowledge. But you know, that kind of information isn't going to be cheap. After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone found out that I was the leaker, I would be in big, big trouble.
But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious. How you just happen to have this kind of info the moment we need it?
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, I must always be aware of what's hot on the market in order to secure more sales. As for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it.
Ah bah d'accord. Elle fait comme les livreurs, elle prend en photo.
It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday by a certain Misery, the leader of Ain el Ahmar.
Ain el Ahmar? You mean the Eremites who worship the Scarlet King?
Ah, so you're already familiar with them. The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. After all, they believe it contains the power of the Scarlet King. That Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. It was glowing bright red. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. You can look for yourself.
Thanks for the info, Dory.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves that my efforts yesterday were not in vain. Please, don't hesitate to contact me if you ever need anything else in the future. Mora for Dory opens doors.
Well, we figured out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is. It turns out it ended up in the hands of Ain el Ahmar. Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham.
Remember to bring a token of our friendship the next time we meet, okay? I like to think it's built on a firm foundation of solid, shining Mora.
Ok. Alors, on va retourner voir Jackie. Ah, on va retourner voir l'ascenseur. Oui! Bien, ouais. Hop là. C'était de l'autre côté. Tac, tac, tac. Hop là.
Al-Haytham, we got the info you wanted.
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Ça veut que nous allons affronter.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify the intel. Have a look.
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Eremites' transaction. But then to get close enough to take a picture like this. Bold move, Dory. Very bold move. All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ain el Ahmar. And the glowing red capsule he's holding appears to be the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront them next week, we should be able to force them to show their hand.
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain el Ahmar guys. But now, it sort of makes sense. Everything's playing right into your hands. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to lend us the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the afternoon of the arranged date, 3 o'clock sharp. See you then.
Al-Haytham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to the pier in front of Pharos Lighthouse.
Yep, let's go.
Rendez-vous à l'endroit convenu. C'est de l'autre côté.
No time to lose.
Il y a un petit pont quand même. Non? On va sauter dans l'eau. Je vais me noyer, tant pis. Alors. Tac.
Oh, hey, Thumb. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy enough to actually show up.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might go back on your promise. But to your credit, it appears that you're sticking to your word. This is turning into quite an occasion. I also brought some backup. I assume you don't mind.
Backup? Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic because he helped you out? Fine, your funeral. I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Uh-oh, here they come. Good luck, you two.
On va peut-être pouvoir jouer notre... Enfin, le nouveau perso? Non. Tant pis. On va les tâtonner à l'ancienne. Et une négociation musclée. Ah, pour une négociation musclée, c'est une négociation musclée. Voilà.
Academia scum! Boss! Finally! Did you use it? Great! Now we can... Boss? Boss! What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have to cut his Akasha connection, now.
Target acquired. Arrest him. Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Al-Haytham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away!
World, forget me.
You won this one.
Huh? What in Tibet just happened? It's like that big guy suddenly lost his mind.
It looks like he used the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
You mean the Divine Knowledge Capsule did that to him?
Enfin une cinématique classe. C'est la première de cette région. Là, ça fait plaisir.
Oh yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after getting knowledge from Irminsul?
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a similar situation. This divine knowledge capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Possessing it doesn't grant you divine wisdom or power. Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
Il a dit ça? Je me souviens pas.
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the divine knowledge capsule back too. What a shame. We were so close. Still, Paimon didn't expect the divine knowledge capsule would be so dangerous. Imagine if we tried to open it. Oh, who knows what would have happened to us?
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe our collaboration has also reached its end.
Oh,
Reste avec
we
nous.
were so busy trying to find the divine knowledge capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something. Since you're a member of the Academia, do you have any idea how we can go about meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Most of the time, you wouldn't know she exists at all. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no reason to desire to make contact with the deity herself anyway.
Everything about Lesser Lord Kusanali is such a mystery!
I'm heading back to the Academia. How about you two?
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good.
Retournons à la ville.
Then we'll part ways here, Alhaitham, until we meet again.
Toi, tu rejoindras ma team.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?
À travers les brumes de la forêt. Ah. Et quelle heure? 23h18. Peut-être le temps... Peut-être le temps de commencer un peu. Quoique.
We didn't miss the Sub-Zero's festival, right? Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad. Paimon thinks she must be around the Grand Bazaar, since she showed us around there last time.
Oh, c'est beau quand même, hein. C'est beau. C'est beau comme l'antique. On va voir.
No time to lose.
Est-ce là où je devais aller? Rien n'est moins sûr. Si. Je peux toujours pas te prendre les... Non. Oh mais il est même plus là, tiens. Le mec pour les missions hebdomadaires, pour augmenter la réputation. Ils sont tous au festival. Festival.
There she is! Dunyarzad, we're back!
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday. Indeed. The festival's tomorrow. We've been preparing for so long that I can't help but feel a little nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. Paimon's sure that Lesser Lord Kusanali will feel everyone's gratitude.
Thanks, Paimon. I hope that everyone who comes to the festival will also have a good time. Speaking of which, did you manage to make your way to Port Ormos? Discover anything over there?
Of course we went. A lot of things happened there.
Aucune information.
I see. Sounds like you two had another exciting adventure. If there is another chance, I would love to join.
My lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Dia! You were eavesdropping!
It's called covert protection. Keeping an ear out for what's going on around my employer is part of the job.
It's all right, Dia. I merely said I would like to go. I know better than to think my body could handle it. The festival's tomorrow. I've been doing nothing but causing trouble for you. So Dia, please take some time to relax. I'll be fine.
Even when you put it that way, it still doesn't feel right.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Okay, fine, but only tonight. Tomorrow's a big day, and many no-good scumbags are gonna try to take advantage of that.
Oh, you two must be exhausted from your long journey back to the city. My apologies for not realizing this sooner. I've already prepared a room for you to rest. Please follow me.
Whoa, you're so thoughtful. Paimon's so ready.
L'aube accordant 1000 roses. Alors, on nous a préparé une petite maison. Je suppose que c'est par là. Oui. Hop.
Here we are. It's also fairly close to where I've been staying.
It looks really nice.
Merci pour ta générosité.
Not at all. Just tell me more about your adventures when you next get the chance.
That's Paimon's specialty. Paimon can tell you stories next time.
Alors, quels sont les plans pour demain?
Oh, if you don't mind, how about we all walk around together tomorrow? All of my friends will be working the festival, and Dia is still insisting on her covert protection.
Yeah. It'll be pretty hard to relax and enjoy the festival if Dia's constantly hovering over you, right?
C'est plus facile d'obtenir des informations avec ton aide. Je te tiendrai compagnie, quand même on n'est pas les
Let's
enculés.
meet at the nearby bazaar first thing tomorrow morning. Have a great night.
It's a deal. Good night, Dunyarzad.
I may be too excited to fall asleep tonight. See you tomorrow.
Paimon's starting to really look forward to the Sub-Zero festival too. Will there be lots of yummy food? Oh no. Thinking about food is just gonna keep Paimon up all night. The earlier we sleep, the better. Let's go inside, traveler. Did we oversleep?
Mais non. On dort jamais trop.
Go meet Dunyarzad right away.
Paladien à l'endroit convenu. L'endroit convenu étant l'indicateur de quête. Toujours facile, hein.
Traveler, Paimon, I've been waiting for you two.
Good morning, Dunyarzad. We must have overslept a little bit.
Not at all. I arrived early. Today is finally here. I must cherish every moment as if it were gold.
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the fullest.
You know it. Oh, it's just that, as expected, I had some trouble falling asleep last night. I'm hoping my body won't be too much of an issue today. Well, shall we? Let's start with the stalls over there. Many vendors came out of the blue to support the event, and they insisted on covering costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They paid for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way! Let's go take a look!
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
Oh, you could tell straight away. I thought most people nowadays wouldn't know.
Mushrooms, flowers, and all kind of fruit? It's all vegetarian stuff. Oh, Paimon's a little disappointed. So, what's the Haftmewa feast you mentioned just now?
It's another Sub-Zero's festival tradition. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods. Generally speaking, the most common selections were foods like Rukushifa mushrooms, lunar lotuses, Sumeru roses, sunsetias, kapulatas, hara fruits, and zaytun peaches.
So, the Sub-Zero festival is a vegetarian holiday?
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy the spread. We just use the 7 foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Wait, but if that's the case, if Sumeru uses vegetarian food to represent the Dendro Archon, then wouldn't the Pyro Archon's festival be full of food like roasted fowl, juicy meatballs, grilled steak? Oh, Traveler, we have to go to Natlan as soon as possible!
I hope your wish comes true one day, Paimon.
Thanks! Alright, how about we also check out some of these other stalls?
Faisons le tour des stands. Ah, mais il n'y a pas besoin de
Dear
marcher.
customers, would you like to try your hand at alchemical divination?
What's alchemical divination? Those two things sound like they'd be fun to try together.
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said to be a mysterious craft invented by none other than Lesser Lord Kusanali herself.
So, how does it work?
It's quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to perform a random transmutation.
Sure sounds random. So random that it will probably fail.
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only diviner here will interpret the remnants.
Pourquoi j'y comprends pas trop?
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected, and all that occurs can be traced back to fate. You could say this is a pearl of old wisdom.
Why does everything sound so much more credible when Dunyarzad says it? Are you guys working together?
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her stuff. So, how about it? Want to give it a try?
J'imagine qu'on peut essayer. Faut lui donner quoi? Tiens, je vais lui donner ça. Et je vais lui donner ça. Hop.
Okay, one moment. It's the moon.
Paimon wants to take a look too! Is it? It looks more like a pie that Paimon bit into.
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, I remember now. It means illusions and lies.
Illusions and lies? That sounds rather ominous.
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Naturally, fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey. It is up to you to forge your own ending. Oh, thank you so much. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay, on to the next stall.
Ah,
They
là on a le droit de
say the
marcher.
Sub-Zero's festival was very lively a long, long time ago. Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right now.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilu's dance of Sub-Zeros would be just as impressive.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalda candies.
Oh le joli chapeau. Et une belle moustache.
Miss Dunyarzad, the children love you even more than the Yalda candies. In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sabzeruz festival, the children have all grown very fond of you.
The Hallowed Night of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my name.
Attention! In the name of Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, I commend you on your contributions to the glorious Sabzeruz festival. All right, little soldiers. Take your Yalda candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dismissed!
Yes, Knight Ferris!
Just what is going on here?
Ferris, the Night of Flowers, is another Sabzeruz festival icon, and one immensely popular with children. In the past, the actor portraying Ferris would also sit on a flower carriage.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can make such wonderful memories today.
As are we to you, Vihar.
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalda candies? They're a festival staple, and I happen to have some boxes readied here. Take a look and pick whichever one you want.
Whichever one? Don't these boxes all look the same?
That is the fun part. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw. Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, sunsetia.
Ooh, those all sound pretty good.
And there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Huh? What's up with those two flavors?
Oni kabuto is a little spicier than lizard tail.
Dunyarzad, you tried them before?
Ah, pas de chance. Pas de nez.
Paimon wants the sunsetia flavor.
Je
It's alright. Paimon believes in you.
I also believe in your intuition.
Great! These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
De 1 à 5. Number 1. Oh, c'est le number 1.
Attention!
Merde.
That's unfortunately lizard tail.
Oh, Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had incredible luck. But looks like Paimon was wrong.
The sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing is that everyone has a good time at the festival.
Oh.
So please, take both boxes.
Really? Thanks a lot, Knight of Candies.
It's Night of Flowers, not Night
Il est
of
sympa le
Candies.
moustachu.
Paimon really wilted the carriageless Night of Flowers.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candy, so let's keep going.
Oh, actually, I just remembered that I left something behind. Since you're here, can you come with me to get it?
Bon, pas de problème.
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because you're so excited about the Sabzeruz festival.
How embarrassing.
Alors, qu'a-t-elle oublié? Oh, c'est loin. Mais c'est très très loin. Non, ça va. Pour une fois qu'on peut jouer un peu au jeu et ne pas juste assister au dialogue.
We're too late. Who knew the little lady was such an early riser?
I know, right? Hey, wait a minute. Boss, isn't that her?
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
Those Eremites don't look like they're up to any good.
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayanis hired you.
That's right. We haven't received any of their mora, but I wonder how much the Homayanis would shell out to get you back.
They're a gang of kidnappers! Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
La castagne.
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
You're... Dia! Dia the Flame Main. No wonder we mercs haven't heard anything about you for so long. You sold your unruly mane to the highest bidder.
Don't speak so disrespectfully. My family started working with her as gratitude for her past kindness to us.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid dogs will expose themselves for what they really are.
Aren't your claws all dull by now? Don't get too cocky!
Celui de droite.
Traveler, take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe location.
No! We're gonna stay and help! There's too many of them!
Elle a raison.
You're right. Alright, fine.
Please be careful, Dia.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. This is my job. Look out for yourself. After I've wiped the floor with them, I'll go find you all.
Quoi? Échappez-vous, bah je cours. Et je cours. Je me raccroche à la vie. D'accord. Oui.
Dunyarzad, are you okay? You look a little pale. Are you in shock?
I'm fine. My body always reacts like this whenever I exert myself too much.
You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia. After all, none of this would have happened if I hadn't insisted on coming out today.
Dia est forte.
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, Traveler, found ya.
Dia! You took care of them so fast!
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
Viens de vérifier.
Dia, your arm.
Oh, this? I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Normally they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but I'm still getting used to this new greatsword.
Please, let me take a closer look.
Come on, it's nothing. Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword. What happened to the one you were using before?
About that. Well, I sold it, because I was low on Mora. Stuff like this happens every now and then.
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used for the venue's final round of preparations?
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry. I'm not gonna lose my commission because I made my employer cry, am I?
Okay, making your employer cry won't affect your commission, but selling your weapon without permission and getting hurt? I'll have to reevaluate your performance.
You're so unreasonable, my lady.
Thank you very much, Dia.
Don't be like that. I get embarrassed really easily.
Tant de love. On va claquer là.
Are you feeling unwell again, Dunyarzad?
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her somewhere to rest? I'll look around the area to make sure we're safe from an ambush.
Je m'en occupe.
Truly. I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone.
Alors, emmener à se reposer à proximité. Donc juste à côté quoi. Comme d'hab.
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Yes, much better. Just give me a few moments and I'll be good to go.
Quelle est la gravité de ton état?
I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret. I was actually born with Elazar. It's terminal now.
Hmm.
Can't believe it's Elazar.
Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. In that case, you probably know about its severity. Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure. The disease's progression can only be delayed through environmental therapy.
Dunyarzad.
There's no need to be sad. I've always lived with Elazar and I came to terms with it a long time ago. Compared to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this, its effects on my life have been much more painful. I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can to provide the best environment for me so that I can live for that much longer. However, I know I will one day succumb to this.
Un peu badant, hein.
Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, the world outside of my home didn't even know that I existed. Since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my bed and stare at everything outside of my window. I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's nothing more beautiful than being able to meet and speak with others. Not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for the festival. The joy on everyone's faces here, and all the support I've received from friends like Dia. This way, when my final day does arrive, it will be less sorrowful. At the very least, many people will remember that I once existed in this world, right?
Oui, c'est très très joyeux là pour une fin de soirée là. Ah, je me souviens de toi, ouais.
As long as you don't forget Paimon, Paimon also won't forget about you. No, even if you forget Paimon, Paimon will still remember you.
Thank you two so much. I apologize for the depressing conversation. This is out of character for me. To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't for her encouragement, I wouldn't have taken that first step.
C'est toi qui as resté force face à la maladie, tu es déjà toi ne pas abandonner. Allez hop.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
Oh, c'est beau. Après le côté badant, maintenant on a le côté questionnement avant de s'endormir.
Oh right, isn't it almost time?
Huh? Almost time for what?
De pleurer.
Isn't the dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? It's the part of the festival that I've been looking forward to the most. Nilu will recreate that legendary scene with her most splendid dancing. And the Sub-Zeros festival will conclude amid everyone's applause and blessings. And with that, my wish will also...
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go to the stage!
Yeah, we should still make it in time.
Eh ben, un petit Prozac et on va voir le spectacle. Hein. Parce que là, nous a donné le cafard, Germaine. Hein. On va avoir un spectacle joyeux. Un petit peu d'amusement là, parce que on peut pas se quitter là-dessus. Là, on peut pas se quitter sur un truc aussi badant. Regardez le pétacle. Let's go le pétacle.
Were you not aware that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place without prior permission?
Over there! Someone's yelling at Nilu!
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage. Why is he here in person?
But the Dance of Sub-Zeros is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zeros Festival. If we can't perform it...
The Sub-Zeros Festival. The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals. Only the Academia can host such an event. If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this?
The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zeros Festival, but they failed this responsibility for many years. I need to speak with them.
N'y va pas, ils ont une autorité absolue en matière.
This is a hard pill to swallow, but you're right. Things would only get worse.
Art, dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activities in this land of knowledge and reason? Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to defile it.
No. I believe that our Archon never rejected the arts. Even the goddess of flowers dedicated a dance to her.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore.
Quel connard.
When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyargarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances. We will announce it to the public later via the Akasha.
Understood. I will inform him when I return.
The Sub-Zeru's festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Nilou, are you okay?
Oh, quelle question à la con.
Dunyarzad. You all saw that just now? The Grand Sage ordered us to stop the performance.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere the Academia can't find us and perform there. But how do we let everyone know? And what about the atmosphere and the stage? Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance. No. They just threatened to investigate the organizers. If we were caught...
Nilou, it's alright. Don't worry about it.
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zero so much. And I know how important this festival is to you. I don't want you to have any regrets.
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about my feelings is more than enough. It would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zero's festival at this point. I don't want to get everyone in trouble.
If you say so. But... you can sneak out for the next Sub-Zero's festival, right? We'll make sure the next one is a smashing success.
The next one. Yes. Okay. It's a promise. It will be a smashing success.
Paimon can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
Ou vieux con. Ça dépend. Les deux marchés. Est-ce qu'on peut faire autre chose?
It really is okay. There's nothing we can do about it. Still, I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
A lot happened today. It's a shame the festival ended the way it did. Nilou and Dunyarzad promised to make the next Sub-Zero's festival a success, but Dunyarzad is running out of time.
Parce que quelque chose qu'elle regrettera toujours. Ok.
All connections have been secured to construct the most stable framework possible. The project has entered its most critical phase. Power has begun to flow from...
We're gonna be late! It's all because you wouldn't get out of bed! We should go meet Dunyarzad right away!
Mais on parle pas du fait qu'on a entendu une voix bizarre dans notre tête? Pas du tout. Alors tout est normal. Ok. Eh bien, tout est normal. No problemo.
Good morning, Dunyarzad. Sorry we're late.
Salut le Seigneur D.
Not at all. I arrived early.
Arrive vers la fin là.
You seem kinda tired. Did you not get enough sleep?
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Sure! Traveler? Why are you just standing there? Let's get going!
Ah mais on refait le... On refait la même journée?
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's
Ah oui, on refait la même journée. Faut prendre le numéro 4. Ah, je me souviens. Ah, le number 4. Ah, c'est marrant cette
This is
idée.
a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
You are quite well informed, miss. I thought most people nowadays wouldn't know.
They're all plants. Oh, Paimon's a little disappointed. Actually, what is the Haftmewa feast you mentioned just now?
It's one of the Sub-Zerus festival's traditions. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendroarchon.
Ouais, pas ça là maintenant.
Remnants appear to be in the form of the moon.
Really? Paimon thought it looked like some kind of food.
The moon signifies... It's escaping me for now. Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, right. It means illusions and lies. But if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
Est-ce une impression de déjà vu?
Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
Numéro 4, il faut que je prenne le numéro 4.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay, on to the next stall.
Du coup, je suis content de m'être planté la première fois.
So, where to next?
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut... Qu'est-ce que l'histoire veut nous faire faire? Genre, on va changer ce qui s'est passé? On va arriver avant ou une connerie comme ça? Bizarre. Faut avancer plus vite, madame. Voilà.
All right, soldiers. Now that you have your Yalda candies, don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dismissed.
Yes, Knight Varys! What's going on? Is this a play?
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is another Sub-Zerus festival icon and one immensely popular with children.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can meet the Knight of Flowers. Oh, do you want some Yalda candies? I happen to have some boxes ready here. Take a look and pick whichever one you want.
Est-ce qu'on peut choisir quand même?
What's to pick? Don't these boxes all look the same?
It's not that simple. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw. Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, sunsetia.
Ooh, how interesting.
And there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Ugh, why do those flavors even exist? Traveler, help Paimon pick one. Paimon wants to eat the sunsetia flavor.
Le 4.
Great. These boxes of candy are
Ah, il nous
numbered
laisse
1 to
choisir
5
quand même.
from left to right. Which one do you want?
À la limite, on pourrait se planter. On va prendre direct la bonne.
Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
Paimon bet you had incredible luck, and Paimon was right!
Ça, je ne pense pas que c'est de la chance. Je sais pas pourquoi, mais je savais que c'était le numéro 4. Ah, du coup, si on prenait... Si on faisait exprès de se planter, ça donnait quoi? Pourquoi j'ai pas cette impression déjà vu?
Maybe we didn't sleep very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Est-ce que tu veux m'excuser un moment?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Where are you going? You're just gonna walk off like that?
Ah, si ça peut nous éviter d'avoir la conversation un petit peu badante avec la dame où elle dit qu'elle a une maladie incurable, qu'elle va bientôt mourir, moi je prends. Hein. Bon voilà. Je sais pas, mais on y va. Ok.
A feeling of déjà vu?
Oh oui, elle l'a dit.
Oh, Paimon knows what that is. It's when you feel like you've already experienced whatever is going on. In that case, Paimon also felt something like that today. But that's just our brains playing tricks on us, isn't it? So, why'd you run here in such a hurry?
Je fais quelque chose que je ne ferais pas en temps normal. Je vais voir si je peux dépenser son...
So that's it. You're intentionally doing things you usually wouldn't and seeing if you still get that same feeling of déjà vu.
J'adore quand ils le disent.
Welcome, you two. Are you here for lunch? What would you like to eat?
Un charbon coco.
Got it. You don't look like you're from these parts, but I gotta say, you've got good taste. I'll give this order to the kitchen.
Coconut charcoal cake? Isn't it that burned thing that didn't look tasty at all? Oh, Paimon understands what you're trying to do now. You'd never normally order something like this.
C'est vrai que ça a l'air dégueulasse.
That thing? Are you really gonna eat it? Isn't this going a bit too far?
Dans 50 heures, la série préquelle arrive. Attention aux spoils sur les réseaux sociaux, ça va spoiler partout dans le monde. Ouais. 50 heures, ça y est. Ça y est, on a arrêté de compter les jours, on parle en heures maintenant. Bientôt on parlera en minutes. Jeudi on parlera en minutes et jeudi soir en secondes. Mais ouais, par contre, ouais, faut faire très attention. Surtout que maintenant que l'Angleterre a eu l'avant-première ce soir. Après, c'est des spoils les 2 premiers épisodes d'une saison qu'en comporte 8. Ça peut pas non plus spoiler la fin, mais c'est vrai que c'est dangereux quand même.
How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tasted awful.
Ah, en fait c'est très bon.
Then, you mean?
Vous avez déjà mangé? Comment ça?
Impossible. We were just talking about how gross it looked. So, would this be a case of taste bud déjà vu?
On dirait que j'ai déjà essayé ça.
Also gets the impression that we've been here many times, even though we aren't regulars. How about we go out again and try something else?
Ah, donc la première fois où on l'a joué, c'était pas la première fois où le personnage le vivait. C'est sympa ça. Là pour le coup ils ont des bonnes idées.
Hey, Dinyarzad is sitting by yourself on that bench over there.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
What a coincidence, Dinyarzad. We meet again. Why are you sitting here all by yourself?
Oh, I ran into some kidnappers just now, but thankfully Dia came to my rescue. I started to feel unwell after that, so I sat down here.
Kidnappers? Oh my goodness, are you hurt?
I'm okay. Dia's arm got scratched, but it isn't serious.
Whew, that's a big relief. But, Dunyarzad, you seem a little down today. It's the Sumeru's festival, and you've been looking forward to it so much.
Not at all. I've always been like this. Excessive physical exertion or strong emotions
Oh non,
tend
mais
to
nous reparler de sa
aggravate my illness.
maladie. Oh non,
Besides, no matter
on
how
va
amazing
déprimer
today may
encore.
be, it is but a single day.
Moi, on n'a
After
pas envie de me
however
faire
many more
spoiler le
days,
prologue par contre.
my
Oui, c'est vrai
time
que le
will come
prologue,
to
ouais,
an
par
end.
contre, ouais. Je suis d'accord. De ce qu'on pourrait voir dans le prologue, ça peut être dur niveau spoil.
Quite follow you, and Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
En tout cas, là, ne t'inquiète pas. que ça soit ici sur Twitch ou sur la chaîne YouTube ou même sur le Twitter. Là, à partir de ce soir, ça sera... Je ferai extrêmement attention et je serai extrêmement vigilant. Extrêmement malade aussi là actuellement, mais bon c'est autre chose. Sur les infos et les spoils, je pense que je ne relayerai absolument plus rien, même si on a des photos volées, des trucs comme ça. Certainement pas. Là ça sera silence radio jusqu'à vendredi. Toi tu le regarderais quand enfin du coup les 2 épisodes. Moi je sais que ça serait plutôt le matin, il y en a qui attendent le soir, il y en a même qui attendent le week-end parce qu'ils peuvent pas autrement hélas.
It really is fine. I don't mind.
Je viens de faire l'examen. Putain, on dirait qu'il est shooté comme ça. Ah, j'en ai trop pris, gros.
Dunyarzad, have you ever felt déjà vu? You know, like when you've already experienced something that's happening right now?
Déjà vu? No.
Peut-être le dire.
But my days have been the same for years now. Even if I were feeling déjà vu, I suppose I would already be used to it.
Oh, Paimon sees. Then, is it only the 2 of us?
It's almost time.
Huh? Time for what?
L'heure de la compote.
Nilou's Dance of Sub-Zerus is about to begin. Let's go.
Ah, oui, d'accord.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear
sur un très
down
gros
this
groupe Facebook de
ridiculous
fans américains, ils sont presque 1 million et je suis vite parti car que ça commence à fuiter de ouf. Ah oui, oh putain oui. Non, puis c'est vrai que t'as une différence entre les infos qui peuvent sortir 3-4 mois avant et là par contre les mecs qui l'ont vu et qui balancent tout en mode rien à foutre à 3 jours de l'épisode. Je suis pas fan non plus.
Nilou, are you okay?
Oh, Dunyarzad. The Grand Sage ordered us to stop the performance.
It's okay. There's nothing we can do about it.
But you've been really looking forward to this. I don't want you to have any regrets.
It truly is unfortunate, but I don't want to cause trouble for anyone. Didn't the Grand Sage say that he might investigate the organizers?
True, but... well, okay. I'll just have to try again next year.
The next festival. I probably won't be around by then.
Wait, what did you just say?
No, nothing. I'll be heading back to rest. Thank
Oui,
you for your
on est
help.
dans la joyeuseté là avec cette quête.
Believe what those heartless geezers did!
La bonne quête de la dépression. Ah, c'est vraiment dommage.
Did Dunyarzad already go back? We should also return and get some sleep.
Je vais regarder les 2 premiers épisodes jeudi soir à 3h du matin. Oui, c'est vrai que dans la pratique ça sera oui, ça sort vendredi mais
So, in the end, you still couldn't figure out what that déjà vu feeling was all about?
déjà vu.
Maybe it really was because of exhaustion.
Moi ça sera le vendredi matin vers 10h 11h je pense. Un truc comme ça. Histoire de pas être non plus trop décalqué à regarder ça au milieu de la nuit. Du coup, voilà. Donc pas de live vendredi matin. Il y en aura peut-être un vendredi soir par contre. Uniquement en mode just chatting sur la série. Mais sinon, non. Et je ferai attention aussi pour mon analyse. Je pense que je vais découper ça en 3 parties. Ou en 2. Une partie... non, plutôt en 3. Une partie avis classiques, sans spoil, très courtes. Une, là par contre, avec spoil en mode théorie et analyse. Et une toute dernière aussi assez courte qui servira de conclusion, où là ça sera avis avec spoil. Comme ça il y en aura un peu pour tout le monde. Et par contre je fais les deux épisodes en même temps, hein. Ils sont diffusés en même temps, je pense que 95% des gens les regardera tous les deux d'un coup. Et en plus ils ont tous les deux voilà. Oh j'ai du mal, oh là là, ah, ça y est, il est minuit passé, j'ai la crève, je ne sais plus parler, c'est terrible. Et en plus ils ont tous les deux été réalisés par Bayona, donc même réalisateur. On va considérer que c'est un seul et même double épisode.
Same here. That's why Paimon stopped thinking about it halfway through the day. Then, how about we settle in and get a good night's sleep? For now, we can chalk things up to exhaustion. We can do more thinking tomorrow.
Bah c'est l'écureuil de Radagast. C'est l'écureuil de ce matin.
Observing a modest drop in the output of Jnana energy, but values still remain within normal parameters.
Continue to monitor the variances in the data and find the cause as soon as possible.
Why does Paimon feel so tired after so much sleep? Anyway, we should go meet Dunyarzad right away.
Je viens d'avoir de la pub, c'est une pub pour la série préquelle. C'est vrai que maintenant, oui, il y a de la pub. Il y a de la pub tous les... Alors j'ai pas trop compris, j'ai pas trop regardé ça, faudrait que je vérifie. Mais il y a des pubs tous les 35 minutes pour éviter qu'il y en ait quand tu cliques sur le live directement. Donc au lieu d'en avoir directement quand tu viens sur le live, t'en as régulièrement de... Mais je sais pas si on peut le désactiver. Faudrait que je vois ça. Je préfère que ça soit de la pub pour la série plutôt que une pub McDo ou... Là pour le coup,
No time to lose.
on va dire c'est logique avec la chaîne. Là il y a une continuité, il y a une logique. Allez, refaisons la journée pour la troisième fois.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Not at all. I arrived early.
Huh? Paimon thinks you sound kinda tired. Did you not get enough sleep?
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Great idea! Let's get going! Traveler?
J'ai une très forte impression de déjà vu. On va pas tous se retaper quand même. Allez, on va jusqu'à la fin.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can enjoy the
Ah, d'accord,
Sub-Zero's
juste là.
festival. Oh, are you interested in Yalda candies? I have some boxes of candy here. Pick whichever one you want.
Not much of a choice. All these boxes look the same.
It's not that simple. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the luck of the draw. Flavors include lavender melon, hara fruit, sunsetia,
They all sound pretty tasty.
and there's also lizard tail and oni kabuto.
Huh? What were those last two? He'll help me choose. Paimon wants to eat the sunsetia flavor.
No problem. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
Numéro 4, numéro 4, numéro 4, numéro 4. TF1 diffuse la communauté de l'anneau jeudi soir. Coïncidence, je ne crois pas. Non, bah ça évidemment. Pareil, il diffusait, c'était quand? C'était hier soir. Le Spider-Man 2, Far From Home. Uniquement parce que bientôt ressort au ciné la version longue de Spider-Man... c'est le... Putain, j'ai oublié son nom. Enfin, le 3, là, avec les autres Spidey. Donc évidemment, ils font en suivant la vague. Numéro 4.
Oh, I like your confidence. No hesitation at all. Oh, congratulations.
Bon, c'est la version courte, c'est pas drôle. Puis c'est sur TMC, ça va commencer à 21h30, 40. Ça va finir à quelle heure? 1h30 du mat? Le numéro 2, c'est... Le numéro 1, c'est que les arts.
Oh! Wait. How did you know? Don't tell me that you already knew which flavor was in each box.
Oui, non, j'avais compris. Mais bon, oui, comme TMC appartient à TF1.
That couldn't have been luck. How is this possible?
C'est comme M6 d'un sens, on peut dire M6 pour W9 et Sister.
You couldn't have known beforehand. Mind reading? X-ray vision? Or some kind of magic trick? This is way too freaky.
This is magic.
Since when did you get superpowers? Traveler?
Oh. Vu.
Hey, where are you going?
J'ai vu.
What's going on? Did you see something? Us leaving Dunyarzad without letting her know is kinda rude, you know.
C'est pas grave, on sait qu'elle va chouiner sur son banc. Ah, vu. Qui est à côté? Au secours. C'est bon. Elle est là-bas. L'arcondendro. Où qu'elle est? Où qu'elle est? Là. Mais bon, de toute façon, jeudi, il y a le live avec tout le monde sur la chaîne d'Elroy. Attention, faut pas louper. Quand même. 8 personnes en tout. Là-bas. Oh. Ok. Parler à la fille mystérieuse. Tout le monde est silencieux.
Look, that's... Isn't that Dunyarzad?
Okay.
What's happening here? Why are there two Dunyarzads?
You already know that this isn't your first Sub-Zero's festival, don't you?
Conseil blanc, c'est jeudi soir à 20h. Ouais. Ouais. Combien de temps, je sais pas. Je crois que la fois dernière, ça avait duré... J'avais regardé le replay, ça avait duré 2-3 heures, non? J'y étais pas, à l'époque.
I'm sure you already know how to use this.
A knowledge capsule? Where did you get it? What's inside?
You should use it too, Paimon.
You know Paimon? Well, this seems kinda sketchy, but Paimon feels like this is what we should do.
What the fuck? Tant de jours de souvenirs.
This is our 20th time at the Sub-Zero's festival?
Oh putain.
Huh? No. The 30th? 40th? Just how many times have we been to the Sub-Zero's festival? Have we been trapped in a single day? If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even realized. What the heck was inside that knowledge capsule?
Your memories are still scrambled? Try your best to remember. This isn't the first time we've met, and I answered that question a long time ago.
Let Paimon think. Oh, it's coming back. Meeting you was the real catalyst for restoring our memories, and the knowledge capsule was just your means of showing our minds the way. What about everyone else? Why are you only helping the two of us?
Your sense of deja vu is stronger than everyone else's, yes? As for an explanation, you two received the blessing of Dendro, and you also have special, sensitive constitutions. It was as if a single sheet of paper was separating those memories from your consciousness.
Elle est en train de crever,
A
machine.
familiar question. I think this is the 7th time you asked that. As you can see, she isn't doing well. You probably sensed it too. The Dunyarzad you were just with is different from the first Dunyarzad you met. That first Dunyarzad is in front of you right now, and she doesn't have a lot of time left.
Briser ce cycle infernal.
Looks like you're almost done sorting out your brain. Oh yeah, I'm Nahida.
Je sais, vous vous êtes déjà présenté.
Good, you passed the test.
What's happening? You can awaken our memories, and you seem like you know what's going on. Oh, wait, please don't tell Paimon even you don't know.
Everything in this world runs in a loop. This cycle is called the samsara. You, me, and everyone else are all stuck inside the one-day samsara. As for the truth, that's on you to find out. If you were told the truth instead of discovering it yourselves, it would literally blow your minds. I don't know how you'd be after that. I can only give you surface-level help, like bits of information and subtle hints. For the rest of the time, I'll be doing all I can to slow down Dunyarzad's illness.
She looks like she isn't doing well at all. Her illness gets worse after each Sub-Zero's festival.
If we can break out of the samsara, I might be able to save her. But as things are right now, she's just a small bird in the sky that's about to lose its last feathers. All I can do is raise a gale to delay her fall.
You sure love to use weird analogies.
Analogies are wonderful tools. They let you use existing knowledge to understand unfamiliar things. Okay, so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
Et caché dans l'ombre de la très entendue série préquelle, il avance doucement mais sûrement le film spin-off animé sur le roman. Oula, attends, je suis en train de perdre mon... Je perds la couverture sur mon siège. Non, c'est bon. C'est vrai que celui-là, par contre, va falloir trouver une avant-première, hein, quand même. Il risque peut-être de moins diviser les fans, puisque bon, ça sera la même équipe que pour les films, quasiment, donc... dont on sait assez peu de choses, finalement. Hormis 2-3 noms de casting, que Howard Shore reviendra pour le coup. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Lorsque vous passez en état de méditation, vous pouvez choisir n'importe quel morceau de texte pour l'interpréter. Ce processus d'interprétation implique l'analyse du texte et permet d'activer de nouveaux morceaux. Une fois l'interprétation terminée, vous pouvez remettre le texte en entier en guise de conclusion. Certains morceaux de texte peuvent être associés à d'autres une fois interprétés. Cliquez sur associer pour choisir un autre morceau de texte, puis... Vous pouvez obtenir des morceaux de texte en effectuant les associations adéquates. Oh non mais non, un jeu d'énigmes à minuit et demi, c'est pas possible. Ils veulent me tuer. You want to kill me? Bien, des morceaux de pain peut être utilisé comme conclusion. Sélectionnez l'élément avant de choisir conclusion. Quoi? Interpréter.
We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara.
Le Watcher revient à la musique? Si, oui, oui. Il revient, ça a été... Ça faisait partie de tout le packaging, on va dire, qui avait été annoncé au début. Au Watcher, Weta Digital et Weta Workshop, avec comment... Je sais plus le nom du directeur, enfin bref. En temps normal, ça me reviendrait, mais là... Alan Lee aussi. Et qui c'est qui a d'autres? Je crois qu'il y en avait d'autres. Bon, évidemment, comment... Philippa Bowens, mais ça... normal.
The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." Did he mean something more?
Ah, pas faux.
The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean?
Non, ça va pas ensemble.
What's happening right now seems to have happened before. This feeling has been getting stronger and stronger. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on?
Alors moi j'associerais ça avec ça.
I can't
Pas du
seem to
tout.
cohesively piece everything together.
Quoi? Ça? Non d'accord, c'est pas ça. Ça? Ah oui. Ok.
That should be it. The flow of time is endlessly cycling within one single day.
Oh bah ça on le savait. Interpréter encore.
That should be it.
Oui d'accord. Je suis assez intrigué et hypé par ce projet. Moi aussi. C'est vrai que je suis assez curieux de voir ne serait-ce que le premier trailer ou teaser. Ne serait-ce que voir le design, le look graphique aussi. Parce que on sait pas trop, on a eu des concept art qui étaient plutôt sympas. Donc compliqué hein.
A time loop. You've given similarly wrong answers in the past. A pity.
Hein? J'ai perdu au mini-jeu?
Still the wrong answer? Paimon thought that made a lot of sense. It feels like time's just repeating itself.
A simple time loop can't explain some of the phenomena. You two are still missing a lot of information. Unfortunately, I can't give you any more hints.
Dunyarzad.
Oui, on a compris, elle est mourante. Oh.
The Sub-Zeru's festival is happening every day, but that doesn't mean we can waste an infinite amount of them. Hurry and find the truth before today's festival ends.
D'accord, pas de pression hein.
Let's think about our current situation. To save Dunyarzad, we have to escape the samsara of the Sub-Zeru's festival. And to do that, we need to figure out what's happening. The truth. Nahida rejected the idea of a time loop, so we must have missed something, right? Paimon's memories say that we've already done this many times, but let's go talk to people again. It's more productive than sitting here and scratching our heads. Why don't we start with those stall owners?
Renseignez-vous auprès de la situation.
No time to lose.
Hop là. Je sais pas si la quête dure encore longtemps, parce que bon... On tape le ennemi là. Hey there.
Hey, it's you guys again. Where's your cultured friend?
She feeling a little unwell.
I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my products. I harvested them from the forest just yesterday.
Est-ce que vous avez ressenti quelque chose d'étrange ces derniers temps? Avez-vous déjà eu l'impression de revivre le même jour?
What brought this about? I hurried back from the forest yesterday, and I'm selling produce here today. I haven't felt anything strange.
To put it another way, if you really think about it, was yesterday truly yesterday? Did you actually come back from the forest yesterday?
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this? Are you two daydreaming? Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumeru? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to daydream with.
He actually has a point. Is this a dream? Is everyone dreaming?
Les habitants de Sumeru ne rêvent pas.
True. It's so weird that people here don't dream. Why is that? Anyway, if this all really were just a dream, we would have woken up a long time ago. Let's keep asking around.
Oh, de toute façon, je vais bientôt arrêter. Bonne nuit, bonne fin de soirée, je sais pas qu'est-ce que ça donne pour toi, mais à la prochaine du coup. On va essayer quand même de finir ça, nous.
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to compliment me in person?
On a rencontré des phénomènes intéressants.
I knew it! I told you, the god's divination is highly accurate. You just hadn't fully understood its significance yet.
You're really excited about this, huh? That's exactly why we came back. Help us better understand it.
Help you better understand it? Well, that isn't exactly what I excel at.
So, you're admitting that you don't have a clue?
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into?
Vous avez pas dit notre avenir de nombreuses fois.
Hold on a second. I thought you guys just lost your wallet or fell for a scam. What you just said, are you serious? Does that kind of thing actually happen in real life?
Paimon knew you weren't going to believe it.
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination. The moon, illusions, and lies. It really felt like an omen.
When you say it like that, the divination does sound like it's related to what's going on. Can you read any more into it?
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything more specific is beyond the reach of mere mortals. The book only says, if you trust your instincts and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune-telling is just fortune-telling. It's no good for practical problems. We haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to? Paimon remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again? Yeah, if we tap into Dia's strong sense of responsibility as a mercenary, then she'll definitely take us seriously. At this time of day, Dia's probably just finished beating up those kidnappers. Let's go find her.
Hop.
I'm fine, my lady. It's just a scratch.
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, Traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous
Oui, ils ont peut-être dû enchaîner
You
directement.
saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier? If someone was protecting Miss Dunyarzad, I could have went all out. Anyway, can you do something for me?
You want the Traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kidnappers around. Did Paimon get that right?
how did you know what I was going to say?
We need to say something convincing.
Ah merde. L'espadon.
Dia sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And then she was injured because she wasn't used to her new weapon. People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
No.
The moon, illusions, and lies. What do they all mean? My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on?
L'espadon.
Tell her, Traveler.
Vous avez vendu votre ancienne lame.
I didn't tell anyone about that. Including Miss Dunyarzad. You couldn't have known. And just now, you literally took the words right out of my mouth. What's going on?
All right, so this is the situation.
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly type, but we do have basic common sense.
N'avez-vous pas remarqué quelque chose d'inhabituel chez Dania?
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything and really gloomy.
Elle fait la gueule, quoi.
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but her parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh? At first?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about. I'll go rest on the bench over there.
My lady, are you angry?
Venez avec moi, je vais vous montrer des preuves.
All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a quick trip. Miss Dunyarzad isn't completely safe here.
Oui, mais où? En bas? Non. Raté. C'était en haut. C'est pas grave, on traverse. Ah, c'était un raccourci finalement. À partir de là, tout va bien.
Nahida, we brought a friend. Are you busy?
I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunyarzad's condition.
The real Dunyarzad? Where and who are you talking to?
Huh?
I told you that you two are special. Other people can't see me or Miss Dunyarzad here.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
Vous pouvez la voir?
Wow. How perceptive. Does she have invisible antennae?
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here, isn't she? How's she doing?
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically in a coma. How did you know she was here?
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of something like regret or disappointment. What happened?
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero's festival has been repeating itself. So, you think the sages are behind this?
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zero's festival as a sick joke.
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, the Academia's sages are the only ones in Sumeru who could pull off something like this. Maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know.
Naya, pouvez-nous nous en dire plus?
Right! awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule? That means you must know something about the Akasha!
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
A gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical. It's being powered by the gnosis of Sumeru's Archon.
So, this Nahida you mentioned, what did she say?
She said, and Paimon quotes, "The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and it grants knowledge to the people."
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait.
Yeah.
I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire populace's wisdom? How does that work?
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha?
Sans doute.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. What do you think?
Alors.
People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
Ouais.
Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
Mm-hmm.
My mind feels exhausted. What's happening right now seems to...
Ah bah peut-être ça.
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about it, my head's been feeling unusually heavy. When the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge always comes at a price. Compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information from us?
Mais comment?
Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't also poke around in there? We don't know any specifics.
What's the point of doing something like that?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single massive brain. This hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses can't crack.
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive brain? I love it.
In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
Ça vaut la peine d'essayer.
Yeah, I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy. Mark my words, when this is over, I'm getting evidence and exposing this whole thing to the public.
How does everyone feel?
En fait, j'ai remarqué autre chose.
Huh? What is it?
Oui, on entend toujours un bip.
Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's coming from the Akasha terminal.
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
J'ai vu la même chose pour
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway. Traveler, did you hear that?
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep, but it sounded like it was coming from inside my head. We took off our Akasha terminals.
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length. At this rate, there may be casualties.
But we cannot lose all of our progress.
Paimon remembers everything! Good. You adapted quickly this time.
À la fin de l'année dernière.
Definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that?
On n'a pas réussi à rompre le lien.
But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely has something to do with whatever's trapping us in this cycle. Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the Akasha go this far if all it wants is everybody's wisdom? It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being treated the way they are.
Sympa la comparaison.
Lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told us anything about yourself. I guess I'm the moon. The moon? Wasn't that the result of our divination? Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any clues. Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should be showing up soon.
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Attendez, il y a quelque chose qui cloche.
Dia?
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get hurt this time.
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs.
Vous n'avez pas besoin de vous habituer à votre nouvelle âme.
How did you know about my greatsword? I haven't told anyone about it. Please, don't tell Miss Dunyarzad.
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Oh, c'est quelque chose d'étrange.
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. If I had to say something, it's weird how such a new weapon could feel so familiar.
Ah bah oui, évidemment.
It's as if I've already used it to fight a countless number of battles.
You're saying that although you don't remember using it, your body feels like it does?
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily rely on muscle memory. Only knowing the theory of battle won't get you anywhere.
Traveler, what do you think?
Ce n'est jamais arrivé avant.
Yeah, Paimon's feeling really hopeful.
Va-t-il qu'on soit déjà libre?
Oh, you're right! Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
Nous pourrons être sûrs qu'à la fin de la journée.
I have no clue what you two are talking about, but it's still dangerous here, so...
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more kidnappers around, right?
How did you know what I was gonna say? Can you read minds?
Forget it. Go and do your thing. Whew. It's finally nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kidnappers. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad? Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight. Hey, what kind of an answer is that? Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge. But the only way you can know that for sure is if you experience tomorrow. How many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? Does tomorrow truly exist as anything beyond a made-up concept? It's even possible that this entire world is a lie, and the history of the whole world has just been one endless Sub-Zero's festival. Okay, no more. Paimon's brain is already shut down.
That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away.
Huh? Hold on, what did you just say? Did Paimon hear you correctly?
Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested you could try that.
A duk-duk?
Is that so strange?
It's so strange and so against common sense that Paimon's at a loss for words. You were sounding kind of smart just a minute ago. Yeah, even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day, it feels like it's been a long time since we've really gotten to relax. Let's go back to our room.
Le bip.
Continue the harvest. Compared to what we stand to achieve, these sacrifices are trivial.
We're still in the same day.
Comme prévu, ce n'est pas aussi simple qu'on le pensait.
You already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? Why did you tell us?
Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by often, and I thought it might help you clear your minds.
Paimon thought the Duke did that! Whatever. Guess you were looking out for us after all.
Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me.
Paimon's flattered and everything, but maybe you're taking things a little fast.
What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence. In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been everything to me. Get it?
Nahira's talking about confusing stuff again.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding of the situation?
La boucle temporelle n'est pas correcte.
Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
Ah, c'était de la merde. Et ça améliore le combat.
Oh yeah, you're right! Gosh, how did we not notice that? In a simple time loop, people's physical conditions should also reset.
So, what's your new hypothesis?
Oh, then the beep we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet. It's already the next day, but everyone still thinks it's the day before. But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using her greatsword. Now everything makes sense.
A brilliant deduction.
Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong.
To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused too much on your perception that it glows.
That isn't simple at all!
T'es encore trompé.
Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new.
Right! She did help us find our latest clue after all. Let's go!
Let's go! We don't have many more festivals to waste. Hurry and find the truth.
Let's go. Alors. Elle est là.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands and... wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
Oh, allons droit au but, hein.
Oh, that works.
Vous êtes soudainement devenu plus à l'aise avec votre épée parce que... Nous revions plusieurs fois le même jour.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Pas la peine d'être désagréable.
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
Alright then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this greatsword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sumeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed that.
Ouais, j'y ai pensé aussi. Et j'y ai vraiment pensé pour le coup. Et si les sages sont derrière tout ça, si ils utilisent toutes les ressources de la vie et les informations... Ah.
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything. It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible. I've got proof.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Fine, I'll play along for a little longer. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along as well. I still can't guarantee that this area is safe.
C'est qu'on
I
va.
can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
Ouais, il faut marcher loin. Ah non, c'est bon. Oh, ça va.
No time to lose.
Un poteau d'entraînement?
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What about it?
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike. It's just as they say, each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be impossible to copy these marks.
Is it really impossible? What if they used some fancy machine to carve every single mark?
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no spirit to it. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training.
Et oui, ça fait sens.
Whew, I hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun. Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong? But at least we've reached some other conclusions in the meantime.
On n'est pas dans une boucle temporelle.
Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now?
Réfléchissons. J'ai soudain l'impression de quelque chose d'étrange.
Strange? Paimon feels feels like everything's been strange lately.
Comment se fait-il qu'on ait jamais pensé à quitter la ville? Pas faux.
Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought of such a simple solution! Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city. Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired?
Peut-être un peu des deux, hein. C'est vraiment bizarre.
How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
Alors, parler à Naïda. Naïda, 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 Hop.
Nahida, we're back! You're back early today. Did you find something new?
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in the real world. But at the same time, we have a new question.
Avons-nous déjà essayé de quitter la ville?
Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before.
2 fois?
We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back?
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it.
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, neither of us remember anything about leaving town.
Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened all your memories.
Peut-être que c'est la clé.
Yep, something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow. Our memories are back!
Allez, on essaie de quitter la ville aujourd'hui.
About that. Well, where should Paimon begin?
Qu'est-ce que tu essayes de dire?
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you.
Un autre message? De la part de qui?
Listen to it and you'll understand.
Oula.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Ma voix?
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in. It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday.
Allez, on essaie de quitter la ville.
Okay, let's go.
Ah. Ah mais on revit les événements d'il y a 2 jours. Ah c'est sympa.
We don't have many more festivals to wait.
Oui, non mais ça tu me l'as déjà dit, machine. Non, arrête. Descends. Avec ce petit effet là.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand Sage. Just wait until tomorrow.
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Port Ormos. If I don't hurry, they'll be stolen.
Il a une voix
That's your
insupportable.
problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else.
Évidemment, une académie ne dévoilerait pas ses plans à un simple garde.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post long ago.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't we climb over the walls? Those guards can't be everywhere at once. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry!
Pourquoi il demande de rester ici? On va dire rester ici. Mais...
Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind?
Ah, quitter la ville peut provoquer des perturbations dans nos souvenirs.
But what if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Then Paimon won't be able to help you. Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've always been together, haven't we?
Ne t'inquiète pas, Paimon. Oh.
Okay. Paimon will wait for you.
Ah oui.
Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. Just a quick look.
Compris.
Please, be careful. Memories!
Allez, on essaie de quitter la ville aujourd'hui.
Paimon thought Paimon would never see you again. You just disappeared. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back. You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look.
Qu'est-ce que j'ai promis?
Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think he understood what you were saying.
Paimon doesn't care. Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay. Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day.
Je suis quand même désolé. Je ne laisserai jamais tomber.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, Paimon was so scared that you had gone into another world.
Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday? I see. Using two people's different perspectives.
After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant.
Tu es bien observé?
No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention.
What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Oui, je n'ai même pas conscience d'un hier.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. Those days' memories can't be awoken.
So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
Ils n'ont pas seulement restreint l'accès à la ville, ils effacent également les souvenirs de ceux qui partent.
It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on purpose. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
Nos souvenirs sont effacés et on peut peut-être laisser derrière nous autre chose que les souvenirs.
Something like a message? But how can we send it back?
Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me.
Yep! Now we're talking!
I'm done. Here you go.
What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal?
I made some little changes,
Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right? Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city. We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now.
Ça vaut la peine d'essayer.
Let's go then. Let's expose those sages.
Continue de penser que tu ferais mieux de rester.
All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated since it happened once yesterday. But Paimon still isn't happy about it.
À demain.
Okay. See you tomorrow, traveler. That covers everything that's happened so far.
Alors ce message, c'est ce que je me suis laissé quand j'ai quitté la ville.
Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we still managed to receive 2 messages from you when you were outside. Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru city space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other spaces all had very weird contents. There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now! Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces? Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message? The message. It should have come from the traveler's Akasha terminal. After the beep, Traveler said even the final spaces also disappeared. Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Alors là.
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human presence. All the bizarre spaces I saw... Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be catastrophic? My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beep from the Akasha.
Ouais. Ouais.
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sub-Zeru's festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow? Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War,
At its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats. So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret.
Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's an analogy and a half.
Un secret? Donnez-moi un peu de temps, j'ai besoin d'organiser mes pensées.
Hey, where are you going?
Rendez-vous sur un banc familier de la ville pour réfléchir. Bon, je ne comprends absolument rien, on n'est pas dans une boucle. On n'efface pas nos souvenirs. Visiblement le monde disparaît. C'est bizarre, c'est pas clair. Où vais-je? Ah oui, c'est El Famoso banc où elle disait qu'elle allait mourir. Le banc de l'angoisse.
Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
La danse de Sumeru, c'est déjà l'heure?
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away.
Je pense que je connais la réponse à présent.
Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time, we're gonna get to the truth.
Alors, on va parler à Naïda. Oh, on va se faire un petit épée. Allez hop. C'est pas les sauvages, hein. Quand même.
No time to lose.
Hop.
You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate from the festival?
Vous pouvez commencer, mademoiselle.
Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
Non. Oh merde.
Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people. We've already experienced the Sub-Zero's festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common: a lack of human presence. Those spaces remind me of dreams, like the one I had in the Avidia Forest, except these have no sign of human presence.
Ah, ça serait des rêves? C'est bizarre.
The moon, illusions, and lies.
Oui, là, on l'a déjà eu.
People in Sumeru don't dream. What a strange phenomenon.
Avec ça.
We are all in a dream.
Voilà.
It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking their dreams from them.
Conclure.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them. Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now.
Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this?
Oh bah là, je sais plus là.
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate.
Ouais.
It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the...
Ouais.
And it grants knowledge...
Ouais. Bah ça.
That doesn't sound right.
Non, d'accord. Ça. Ok.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that?
Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom.
So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick? The real story is that the sages from the Academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh?
Oui, et ils n'ont pas l'intention de s'arrêter là.
Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear it every night, even though we removed our Akasha terminals. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. But as soon as that beep sounded, many more spaces materialized. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing, but as soon as that beep sounded, more new spaces appeared. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done too much thinking. What is going on? We've already experienced the Sub-Zerus festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a perpetual samsara.
Ok, alors faut que je aussi ça. Avec le son. Non. Avec ça. Non. Putain. Ok, je vais tous les faire. Hein. Let's go, je les ai tous faits. Bonheur.
The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." Did he mean something more?
Ouais. Bah on va conclure avec ça.
That doesn't sound...
Ok.
That doesn't sound...
Ok.
That doesn't...
Au secours.
That doesn't...
J'ai envie de crever.
That doesn't...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zerus festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara cycle. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zerus festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha, and so it continues.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is a dream harvesting machine. Did Paimon get that analogy right?
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Alright, last question. Who am I?
Ah bah on le sait ça.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro
Voilà.
Archon's divine revelation. So then, if Nahida has referred to herself as the moon... Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions a hint that we're all dreaming?
Non, à la lune.
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hinting at the sage's deception of Sumeru?
Non, faut arrêter de déconner. Voilà.
So you noticed.
Et donc la Rani Kazunali.
I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you is all. Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
Beaucoup de questions à vous poser.
Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life.
Oui, si possible.
On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now.
Oh non. Oh mon dieu. Pourquoi ne pourriez-vous pas simplement dire la vérité?
You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your minds. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. I couldn't expose you to that kind of risk.
Trop gentil.
That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Long story short, I'm really sorry I had to keep you guessing.
Comment les sages arrivent-ils à empêcher les gens de s'en apercevoir?
Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sumeru's festival, so it would be very difficult for them to find anything that strikes them as surreal. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, their actual dreams are being taken away from them by the Akasha. So whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sumeru's festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia Forest, but couldn't see what it was about after waking up. Is that an example of what you mean?
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. That explains the feelings of déjà vu.
Déjà vu.
Everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sumeru's festival samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them over and over again.
À propos des effets secondaires possibles d'un rêve collectif.
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, when?
We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that people can tolerate. Especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This relentless exploitation takes an even harder toll on them.
People's lives are at stake here, and nobody knows a thing! We've got to put a stop to this!
Pourquoi un rêve à propos du festival?
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
Even you don't know the reason? Wow, now that's strange.
The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like the... Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis. The Grand Sage said...
Celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean...
D'accord. Ah bah super, je suis content d'avoir cliqué.
Deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is unforgivable. After we end the Sumeru's festival samsara, we have to look into them.
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous!
I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again. Oh, we're out of time today.
I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Elle est morte?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Oh merde.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear?
Oh, la petite musique.
Are we too late?
Oh
The
non.
real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
On y était presque.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still...
Vous êtes un archon bienveillant.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sumeru's festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
Oui.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Ah bah oui.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sumeru's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when a server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and mora. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
Alors on trouve l'hôte et ensuite...
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack. And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the samsara. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
C'est bien dit ça.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her.
Je suis un peu badant.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Je ne pense pas. Et en conscience du plan, la personne se rendrait probablement compte qu'elle rêve. Un autre qui se ne doute de rien aurait moins de chances de réaliser qu'il s'agit d'un rêve.
That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Peut-être Faris, le chevalier des fleurs, celui avec l'accoutrement étrange? Moi.
Oh, that would make sense. Faris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sumeru's festival, right? Pretty core character. Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
J'ai des doutes, hein. Les doutes m'habitent, comme on dit. On va peut-être révéler l'identité la prochaine fois. Finalement. Hein? Est-ce qu'on se garderait pas ça pour la prochaine fois? N'est-il pas, comme on dit? Eh bah, c'est en tout cas très sympa. La quête prend du temps et du coup on est un peu kéblo. On est un peu kéblo ici. Mais franchement, c'est très très sympa. L'histoire change un peu. Ils ont réussi à inventer des trucs. J'aime bien. On va se retrouver très vite pour la suite et je pense fin de cette histoire de boucle temporelle qui est finalement un rêve. Donc du coup, merci à vous et à la prochaine. Salut.